Hey, how you doing? Welcome to a special Christmas edition of Bartending Pro. Now, unlike videos that I've done in the past where I actually had a recipe kind of thought out beforehand and I kind of just walked you through it, what I wanted to do in this episode was sort of just pretend like we're raiding our liquor cabinet as if we were at our friends or family or parents or whoever, our own house, and see what we could come up with cocktail-wise with the stuff that we have on hand. And we're gonna focus around kind of hot drinks, right? Because wintertime, nice warm drinks seem to work pretty well. So we'll use like a hot water, hot chocolate, coffee, you can use tea, anything that you can think of that you think would be delicious as a hot beverage. You can add alcohol to and it will become even more awesome. The first thing that you're gonna wanna think about when you're making drinks like this is what is our base alcohol? So what is the main alcohol? Main alcohol is like a vodka, a gin, a whiskey, a bourbon, a brandy. Any of the hard stuff that's not flavored at all. With those types of drinks with like coffees and hot chocolates and hot water, like hot toddy type drinks, good base alcohol is gonna be rums, brandies, and bourbons. So rums, brandies, and bourbons. And variations of those will work as you want to expand out. You can maybe play with like vodka because it's pretty generic. From there, you want to think about your modifier alcohol or your liqueur, something that's going to give it some flavor. Stuff like Frangelico, coffee liqueur. This is like basically a generic Kahlua, Irish cream or Bailey's, peppermint, butterscotch, cinnamon, Fireball, Patron Cafe, that's like a coffee, creme de cacao, that's a chocolate. So there we go. I mean, that's a pretty good selection. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy all this stuff. These could be some good options if you look through your liquor cabinet and you see any of this stuff, you might be able to grab it and put something together. Let's start on the heavier side and kind of work into the more sweet side. I think what we should do is like kind of a maker's mark, and then I bet some Fireball will accent some eggnog pretty well. Now that might look kind of weird or gross or disgusting, but that's kind of the fun with this stuff. Is you can just play with it and see what you come up with, and sometimes you have a banger home run. Fireball, the cinnamon is gonna accent this eggnog really well, and then this bourbon just kind of melts through those flavors pretty well. All right, so let me go get some hot water. I'll be right back. I think that was about like 10 ounces of hot water. I'm gonna put an ounce and a half of my bourbon or whiskey, whatever your choice. 6, I think I'm gonna go not quite an ounce. 2, 3, right? We can always add more. That's the thing is if you're playing with this at home, start light and then go heavier. Add some eggnog. Forgot my stir sticks. Cut some stir straws now. Right there, that's pretty good. If you love eggnog, you might just be able to make it straight eggnog and that stuff, but I would advise to put a little bit of water, like hot water in it, just to water it down, otherwise it'll be kind of thick. And if you have a lot of those, they're probably gonna hurt you. Let's put a little more eggnog in there. I kinda wanna spice it up just a little more. The Fireball, I feel like it needs a little more sweetness kinda. Oh yeah, there we go. Makes it more interesting. Now here's a trick. If you want to make the whipped cream float a little better on top of the glass, you put the straw across the top of the glass, and then you basically, and it acts like sort of like a bridge so that you can hold it up. This is especially more important like if the glass is almost full, because you don't want the whipped cream going in and spilling over on the glass. Or maybe you do, but if you're trying not to, this is a trick that can help. Put some cinnamon sprinkles, put a cinnamon stick. Holy shit, look at that. Okay, so there's the fire nog. Merry Christmas. Okay, for this next one, I got some coffee. And this is actually one that me and the lady like to make when we do little ski trips. So here's another one that I forgot that is a good base, and this is just vanilla vodka. Essentially what we kind of do when we make these, it's basically just equal parts. So we'll do about an ounce of each of these. So I'm gonna do an ounce of my vanilla vodka or whatever kind of flavored vodka in that world. Vanilla, s'mores, chocolate, caramel, somewhere, you know, stay in that realm. Don't go fruity. 2, 3, 4. Give it a nice proper full 1 ounce. And then my Frangelico. 2, 3, 4. And like candy. So I didn't bring enough pour spouts down to the bar for this video. Just gonna migrate this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's your Irish cream, and you can see how fast that cream gets in there and fills it up. I know I'm gonna like this one because we drink this one all the time. That is friggin' delicious. Again with the whipped cream. Same presentation, works for almost all of these. I'm just gonna put a little bit of cinnamon on there because I don't want it to be overwhelming. There you go. So good, so good. So this next one I have a hot chocolate. And this is just real simple, basic, just packet hot chocolate. With this one I wanted to do kind of a variation of a hot buttered rum. It's not really a hot buttered rum, but it's gonna be hot and it has rum and butterscotch. So we're gonna call it a hot chocolate rum. Hot buttered chocolate rum cake. That's a bad name, don't use that one. Come up with something cool. We're gonna do equal parts with this thing with the butterscotch and the rum. I'm just gonna kind of count and see how far we get till it kind of fills this up and see how much we get in this thing. 2, 3, 4, and a little splash for the dead homies. So butterscotch, dark rum, and hot chocolate. Oh man, that's really good. Damn, that's really good. I think that might be my favorite one so far. There we go, that's a winner right there. So in that one we had the dark rum, butterscotch schnapps, hot chocolate. You know what would be a cool one on this is like chocolate chips. Let me go grab some. Some like chocolate chips. A little sprinkle of the cinnamon, just a little bit. I just wanted to give it, I just want to make it look cool. And then we can put another little cinnamon stick in there. Bam, I mean, look at that thing. That is looking freaking epic. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this one. Forget about cookies or apple pie. That's all I need for dessert right here. All right, and then for the last one, I wanted to get this peppermint schnapps involved somehow. This might be a bad idea that I'm so persistent on insisting that we use this peppermint schnapps, but I feel like, you know, with like candy canes and stuff, this is a flavor that you should be able to incorporate. So peppermint, chocolate, we got to get brandy in here, right? So let's use brandy as the base alcohol with peppermint and creme de cacao. So maybe we can add a little coffee liqueur, because I'm looking at that thinking, okay, peppermint and chocolate works pretty good. You have peppermint mochas, so that's peppermint chocolate in a coffee drink, and then give brandy as our alcohol. One you could do, if you want this thing strong, you can do 1 ounce of each. You could do a 1/2 or 3/4 ounce of each if you want something that's a little more user-friendly for a couple of these, if you like the way they taste. Since this is going to be alcohol only, I'm going to do 1 ounce of each of these, and we're going to see what happens when this comes out. So we'll take our brandy, 1, 2, 3, 4, the coffee liqueur, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie. I feel like this thing might be really fucking terrible. It's drinkable. It's actually strangely delicious. Woo, man, that is like a cup of fire right there. That's dangerously good, right? Because you can taste that chocolate and the mint. This would be better with like a higher quality of these ingredients. See, we can garnish this with a rosemary sprig and maybe a mint sprig. There are some fun holiday Christmas cocktails for you to try this year while you're hanging out with your friends and family, and a little bit of a base kind of understanding on a couple of simple alcohols and simple flavored liqueurs that might work together, not only for the holidays, but also for any time you're feeling like a nice warm cocktail on a cold winter's day. And if you have any cool recipes that you like to make on the holidays or Christmas, then please feel free to share. I'm Jason. This has been making you a bartending pro. Merry Christmas. I'll see you next time. Take care. For more, check out these playlists. And subscribe to get new videos.